Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 148. That's right, the 148th episode of this fine, regularly and weekly broadcast. I am your neighborhood-friendly Oxhorn here, as always, with my suspenders set to maximum stun. We have a fantastic show for you today, full of adventure and alacrity. Don't spend too much time looking up alacrity. It's a good word. But we got a good first show for you tonight. A lot has been going on. I have been incredibly busy over the week. Writing, actually. A lot of writing, which many of you may know. I made some changes to the broadcast. But before we get into all that, we have some important stuff to do. I realize that there is war and famine and crime and love in this world, but right now what is foremost on my mind is a gentlemanly smoke or steam and a glass of scotch. Today we will be drinking Scoresby, a very rare blended Scotch whiskey. Now normally I'm not a fan of the blended Scotch whiskey, I prefer a single malt, but when one is unable to acquire a single malt, a blended whiskey will do just fine. Just fine. Get the water out of there that's already melted. Now some of you may be wondering exactly what I have done to the quality of this video broadcast. You're going to be upset with me. You really are. Well, I'll get into that in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers and bottoms up. Time for water vapor. So, I have been doing this broadcast for how long now? Okay, hold on. Net and Holy Hammer says again, look, I'm sorry. I would be smoking a pipe if I possibly could. Or even a cigar. But, as many of you know, my beautiful wife is pregnant. And she is actually about ready to give birth. We just got back from the doctor, and the doctor said that the baby is full term and could come at any time. So, ladies and gentlemen, this time next week, maybe there will be a little Oxhorn. Right? I don't know. It's going to happen very quickly. I can't tell you when, but it's going to happen soon. It could be this week. It could be in 2 weeks. It could be during the show. Try not to go into labor, honey. All right. I want to give you guys the full hour. Of course, if the baby arrives, well, who knows what will happen. But anyway, you were asking about the quality of this broadcast. And name your kid Thrall, says Seabass. That's a good suggestion. I could name him Thrall. What was it? I could name him Garrosh. Garrosh Dennis. Does that sound nice? Alright, you were asking about the quality of this broadcast, and you wanted to know exactly what I did. Have I changed webcams? No. What I've done. Have I changed internet connections? No. I'll tell you what I've done. I purchased 2 $12 lamps. There's one. There's the other. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I actually have lighting now here at ScotchandSmokeRings.com. Before, I was using just that, and that was the only light that was emanating into this fine room. But now I am actually a professional videographer with some industry standard lighting. So yeah, apparently this type of camera is the kind that is incredibly sensitive to dark, and if it is too dark in the room, not only is the quality of the video poor, but it lags, meaning that there is lag in the broadcast, which we have been suffering with for how long now? So hopefully this will alleviate any of those concerns. 2 different lamps, one down there pointing up on this side, one over there kind of doing a background fill. I read it in an internet thing. I hope it works. But anyway, that is the better quality that is going on here. Hooray for the baby Gav and better quality, says Patricia. Patricia, oh, we got your present and I forgot to go get it. It's in the other room. So Patricia sent us a beautiful baby seat cover. And we recorded, we did record a video of us opening it, but we didn't post it because Jody was a little self-conscious. She doesn't want to be on camera. Yeah, that's fine. But we did get it, Patricia. It is adorable. We didn't have one before, so we're really thrilled to have it, and we will be putting it on the car seat as soon as the baby is born. Actually, before, because we're going to be prepared. Cheers, ladies and gents. Jester22 asks a pertinent question. He says, "Hey Ox, what happened to the fish at the end of We Eat Flesh video? Did it respawn on you? And congrats on the baby. Welcome to parenthood." Great question. Thank you for that. So he was referring to my movie We Eat Flesh, which is on YouTube and Oxhorn.com. To answer your question, I threw it away. And I feel kind of bad throwing it away because it was, after all, a perfectly fine red snapper. But, you know, we had an entire day of filming, and it wasn't refrigerated. So by the time filming ended, the eyes were kind of puffy, and the skin was really kind of bloated. So I kind of figured it was not necessarily safe to eat. So we ended up chucking it into the dumpster in an alley in San Francisco. How many people can say that? Not many. Not many. Just a little red snapper. Relicalia, yes indeed. I also turned off the autofocus thing, so we shouldn't get the camera going. It's off, so we should be good. Well, ladies and gents, what can I say? We have had a crazy, crazy week. So this room looks a lot better, right? I took the scrub and brush to it. That's right, I cleaned this room out. I even shot, did I post them? I don't think I posted them yet. I shot video and took pictures of befores and afters in this room, and I swept up all of the accumulated ash over the 3 or 4 months that we've been here. Just a ton of ash from all of the cigars and pipes that I've smoked here. Of course, the reason we're getting all of the ash and stuff out of here is because the baby's coming and we don't want any conflict there. We washed down these curtains, I swept out this entire thing, and my table is actually organized for the first time. I'm pretty excited about it. So, no more tobacco or ash left in this house. There will be a day, ladies and gentlemen, where I will again smoke a combustible on camera. I just don't know if it'll be in this house. We'll decide. Or, we'll see. We'll see later. But we've had quite a list of things going on. Now, I do work full-time. So, Scotch and Smoke Rings, Oxhorn, music, boutique, which is my job, baby, wife, new house. Yeah, I got a few things going on. And every time I come to work, the coworkers are just amazing. And they're always asking me about my wife and the baby. Oh, Brandon, when is the due date? Has she had the baby yet? And then they ask a whole bunch of intimate things about the process that I don't want to get into because this is a children's show. But I can tell you that they have expressed nothing but concern. And many of them have told me that I just need to be going home, right? That I shouldn't even be working. But my philosophy has been that I will work until the water breaks, so to speak. And of course by water I mean the locks here in Seattle. That's the water I'm talking about. Or the rain, because it's very, very rainy here. That's the water I'm talking about. But I will work until that water breaks, and then I will take a leave of absence. And my reasoning for that is this. I don't need an excuse to get out of work. I like my job, and it serves a function. And so I want to do the best job that I can while I have the ability to do so. That said, we have been incredibly busy here around the house. I helped my beautiful wife with the dishes yesterday. I put a bunch of pads underneath the table and the chairs so that they wouldn't scratch the hardwood. I cleaned out the fireplace. I've shot videos of phone books and yellow pages that I've burned in that fireplace because we get so much paper spam mail here at the house, and I just burn everything because I'm not a believer in recycling, so don't hate. But yeah, we burn it all to warm our fragile, frail bodies, and I had to clean out all of that ash. So I have been quite busy. But that is not to say that I don't have movies coming. Yes, the storks are circling above, and any moment now they shall land and drop a baby in our laps. But that doesn't mean that I will not be making machinima. I'm working full-time, well, not full-time, I'm working 0.5% of my time on a brand new movie, which I have been working on for 2 years. So yeah, that just goes to show you that it's totally going to get done. And you guys are really going to like it. The very talented Clint Hackelman of Mindflame fame did some of the music for it. Nathan Allen Pinar did some music for it. And it reunites all of our favorite characters. So that is coming. Cheers. Diego says, Oxhorn, can you show me your penny whistle, please? Absolutely. I have a number here. So this is the penny whistle that I recorded Rafflemal with. It's my typical silver penny whistle. It's nice. It's the key of D. Nice penny whistle. This is the one that you saw me playing at the end of in Inventing Swear Words 2.5, which was the one I made just before 3. As you can see, it's a C of D, so it's got a sort of deeper, richer tone. And then this is my favorite penny whistle. This is, I paid a pretty penny for this penny whistle. Paid a pretty penny for this penny whistle. It's a Tony Dixon key of D, and I really love it. It produces a beautiful, beautiful wet note. If I can adjust it. So I'm pretty fond of it. Those are my penny whistles. And I used a black one, which I didn't show you. Where is it? I think that's in my bedroom. I used a black one to record the music that's in the Panda Exterminator movie. The Panda song. Pandas, 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 pandas. Yeah, I used the other one for that. So yeah, I've got 4 penny whistles. And they all serve a different purpose. Cheers to different purposey. Where can I get one of those? Asks Diego23. Go to scotchandsmokerings.com. You're going to see a little link at the top of the page that says Shop, and you'll see a couple of penny whistles in there. I have a small selection that I have found on a number of numerous places that you can buy from there. Nova Domina says, don't forget to tell about Patrica's gift. I didn't. I talked about it just a little bit ago. She's here in chat. I forgot to show it off because it's in the other room, but thank you, honey, for reminding me. It was a beautiful, beautiful gift. We really look forward to using it. Try saying that 5 times fast. I forgot what it was I said. Something about a penny whistle. There, forget. So one thing I forgot to do, as is usual here at scotchandsmokerings.com, I tend to do a spoken word version of some sort of popular atrocious song. This week I failed to get one ready in time. So while I am doing other things, I'm going to be checking the comments and paying very close attention to your suggestions. If you would like me to perform a spoken word version of a pop song of some sort, give me your requests and I will do my very best to do so. So, the Raz Guy Swift Pinky on Twitch TV says, good father in the making. Well, I certainly hope so. I have never been a father before. There's a first time for everything, and I am looking forward to it. That's a good one. Gold Breath, that's a good one. That's the one I'm going to do. Thank you for that awesome suggestion. Alright, before I get into this week's song, I want to share some stuff that I have been working on. So I have been my day job is that I am the search engine optimization expert, the copywriter, the marketing manager, the social media guy for a company called Boutique, and we create digital marketing for hotels. I know it sounds boring, but it's not. I actually really enjoy it. I've been taking a lot of the knowledge that I have been learning there and applying it towards my Oxhorn stuff. So I've been revamping my websites, kind of dealing with the, sweeping out the cobwebs of the websites, trying to get them all up and running and working well. And I sat down and took a look at my old blog, Blogging with Class, which I hadn't written in for probably about 4 months. And I went through and made it looking really nice, and then I decided to write a few things. and I shared these with the fans over the weekend. Many of you have expressed interest in my opinions on certain classy and unclassy topics, and so I decided to share them. I think it was last week or the week before where someone asked me what my opinion was on teprons, or pornography, for the non-elite initiated, and I went ahead and wrote up a short article on it. It may not be up everyone's alley, and that was not a euphemism, but if it is, here is the link, which you can check out at your leisure. You don't have to do so now, because we do have a show going on, and I will share it in both chats. There you go. And just a reminder, I am checking both of these chats, and I am checking Twitter. Okay, Goldbreath. Well, I'll be sure to get it done pretty quickly. I'll be checking Twitter. I'll be giving precedence to Twitter. I really love getting messages on Twitter. They're short, they're to the point, they're easier for me to read and digest, so feel free to send me your messages on Twitter. And I will, of course, be paying attention to scotchandsmokerings.com, which I don't have up right now. Scotchandsmokerings.com. As soon as I load it, it's going to start playing the video, right? So I should probably pause it quickly. Anyway, I realize that those on Facebook can leave your comments using the comment form at scotchandsmokerings.com, and I will do my very best to read those and answer them. Now, in addition to my article on pornography, because to answer the question that I got often about my opinion on pornography, I am, of course, the neighborhood purveyor of local class. That's right, there are few on this world as classy as I am. I, being born with high classy... I am, of course... There we go. See, I knew it was going to do that, but I paused it. I, of course, being born with a high class factor, many people have to work for it. It just comes innately with me. So I decided to share the knowledge that was bred into my genes with a manifesto, for lack of a better word, on class. That's right, at bloggingwithclass.com, I wrote out the major steps that I think it takes for a man or a woman to be called classy. And I will share that with you right now. Feel free to read it at your leisure. You don't have to do so right now. But for those interested, this is a fantastic guide that any one of you can put into practice if you want to be a little bit more classy. Yes, there you go. Alright, cool. I have Scotch and Smoke Rings up right now, and I will be paying attention to your Facebook comments. If you want to make a comment from Facebook, please do so in the comments section at scotchandsmokerings.com and, of course, at twitter.com. Blue214 asks me a rather cryptic question. Ox, what is your take on the login screen on beta? Sadly, I don't know enough about it, so I don't know if I can answer. Actually, let me pull up the beta real quick and see what the login screen looks like. I haven't seen it in a while. Great. El Toro Guaco on Twitter says, I asked this on the Scotch and Smoke Rings chat, but it slipped away, so I'll repeat it here. Do you ship to Europe, or more exact, Norway, from your e-shop? To answer your question, yes. I don't actually ship anything from my shop at scotchandsmokerings.com. I simply act as an aggregator of fine quality products. Most of those you can actually buy at Amazon, and since Amazon ships all over the world, then yes, it will ship to you. Alright, I just loaded up the Mists of Pandaria beta, and I don't really see anything crazy about the login screen. Maybe I'm missing something, but... What's that? Did you hear that? Shh. I heard it. Oh no. Oh no, it's the ad goblin. He's saying that it's time for an ad. No, but we're only 19 minutes into the show, ad goblin. He will not have it. He must have an ad right now, or else he is going to be grumpy. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I think an ad's coming on. No! Ah, a 30-second commercial. What can you do? It's just part of the nature of things. Not all of you will see it, of course, but about half the chat right now is probably experiencing a 30-second commercial, which pays for the beard wax. It's a very important thing. Alright, Blue, I'm actually downloading the beta right now. I have to download a patch, apparently. Corbin6 says, I say, old sport, aren't you glad we worked so hard during our youth so that now we can enjoy the finer things in life? Indeed. Very fine. That's a quote from one of the fine characters on the blog post that I linked to earlier. Oh, it did work? Okay, well, great. Most of you saw the ad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time, once again, for this week's episode of spoken word versions of popular songs. I was inspired to start this segment after turning on the radio when I got back from California, where I lived for 2 years, and hearing all sorts of crazy songs. There was this woman named Gaga. I hadn't ever heard of her before because I pretty much lived in a bubble when I was in California. But she was there and she was crazy. And then there's the what are they, the Kardashians? But they don't actually sing, do they? I don't know. Miley Cyrus. I don't know. There are all sorts of crazy singers out there that I don't know. It's kind of like going to the zoo. I mean, you enjoy looking at the strange animals behind bars, right? It's kind of anyway. So I figured that I would take this moment to do an Oxhorn creative twist on a popular song. This one is from Ghoul Breath. He gave us this idea, and I'm more than happy to go with today's episode. Today's installment of spoken word versions of popular songs is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.